Hi, it's Steve. In this video, we're going to show you how to change the control panel housing on your dishwasher. It's a really easy repair. Let me show you how we do it. Now, to do this repair, we will need to disconnect power to the dishwasher. So if your dishwasher has a cord on it, simply unplug it. If not, we'll need to locate the electrical panel and turn off the appropriate breaker or remove the appropriate fuse. Once we've done that, we can do the repair. Now, with the power disconnected, we're next going to open up the dishwasher, and we'll need to remove the screws that secure the inner panel to the outer panel and the control housing. They're typically a number 15 Torx head screw, so we'll just go around the perimeter and remove all of those. Take note that typically the two screws on the outside edges are longer. You'll also need to hold the two halves of the door together as you remove those last two screws. And tilt the door into an upright position, but not closed. We'll allow the outer panel to tilt forward, and if you wish, you can simply lift it completely off of the frame and we'll set it aside. Now next we'll need to remove the door switch assembly and the control board and touchpad assembly from the old console and then transfer those to the new one. So it's easier to remove the old door switch assembly. Simply loosen the plastic tabs on the top. Unhook those and allow that to hang free. Now with the control board itself, again, it's easier to remove the whole board as one piece rather than unplug all of the individual harnesses. We will disconnect the membrane harness on the end. Be sure to grasp the connector itself and not just the membrane. Pull that free, and then we have two tabs on the end that we need to depress, and then we'll lift that control board right out. Then we'll set that housing on a surface and remove the actual touch pads from that. So there'll be one more of those quick connect tabs in the middle. Simply depress that. Tilt it up and pull it away, save the styrofoam spacer, and you can then discard the old panel. Now we'll begin by inserting the push button assembly. Line it up. Maybe two locating pins, and the actual individual switches will need to fit into the small openings on the top of that panel. And then snap it down into place. Make sure that locking tab engages, and then we'll take that assembly and reinstall both the control board and the door latch as well. Now with the control board, you want to make sure that these two tabs at the back engage the two openings on the end of the panel. And then snap it down into place. Install the styrofoam spacer up on this end. We'll reconnect the membrane from the switch assembly. Make sure it's pressed firmly down into that control board. And we'll line up the latch assembly and make sure the two hooks on the end engage those tabs on that new panel. Now that we have the switch and the touchpad and control board mounted, We'll just open the door up slightly. We're going to line that up across the top. Make sure we capture that gasket across the top. And then while holding the control panel to the inner door, we'll install one screw on either side, and that'll be the second screw down. These will be the short screws. And use caution that we don't over tighten these. You can then go ahead and put the two in by the door latch. Again, make sure that we don't over tighten these. And now we're ready to put the outer door panel in place and secure it to the inner door panel. Now with this style of outer door panel, we need to make sure that that cutout on the flanged edge of that panel sits on top of the two hinges. It should support itself if it's installed properly. And we'll simply push the two halves of the door together and then secure it with the screws. Just continue to install the screws along the edge of the door, keeping in mind the two long ones go in the top corners. Then we'll just check the operation of the latch. Now that we've replaced the part, we're ready to reconnect the power, and your repair is complete.